Life has a way of surprising us. People walk in, people walk out, and sometimes, when it hurts the most, someone we love disappears without warning. Maybe they left, maybe you let them go, or maybe God simply removed them. When this happens, we question everything. Why? What did I do wrong? Why would God allow this to happen? But what if the removal wasn't a punishment? What if it was protection? What if God was clearing space for something better? In today's message, we're going to explore why God removes certain people from your life, even the ones you thought would stay forever. This is an emotional, spiritual, and life-changing truth you need to hear. 1. The unseen battles. God fights for you. Sometimes God knows things about people that you don't. He hears conversations you never heard. He sees motives you couldn't detect. He notices patterns your heart was too loyal to see. Many times you pray for peace, and God removes the person who is secretly disturbing it. You pray for direction, and God removes the distraction. You pray for growth, and God removes the one who is limiting you. It feels painful, but God is fighting a battle you never knew existed. Think about this. If someone was standing behind you with a knife, would you still feel hurt if someone pulled you away suddenly? Even if you didn't know why? Probably yes, because you don't see the danger. But the one who saved you does. That's how God works. 2. God removes people to protect your future. Sometimes the person who leaves your life is connected to a future disaster that God is saving you from. Maybe that person would break you later. Maybe they would betray you on a deeper level. Maybe they would destroy something you've waited years to build. God sees what you cannot see. Think about every storm you avoided, every heartbreak you escaped, every wound that never happened. Because God removed the person before the damage was done. There are people who look good to you, but they're not good for you. And God will step in and pull them out. Not because He wants to hurt you, but because your future matters too much. 3. God removes people when your season with them is over. Every relationship in your life has a purpose, but not all relationships are meant to be permanent. Some people come into your life to teach you courage. Some come to show you love. Some come to show you what you should never accept again. Some come to break you, so you can rebuild stronger. Their presence was for a season, not a lifetime. When the purpose ends, the person leaves. We often try to revive what God is trying to release. We beg, we chase, we cry, we hold on tightly. But God whispers, "Let go." That season is complete. A closed door is not rejection. It is redirection. 4. God removes people when you outgrow them. Growth is uncomfortable. Healing changes your standards. When you evolve, your circle changes. Some people cannot grow with you because they benefit from who you used to be. They liked the old version of you, the one who tolerated everything, accepted disrespect, stayed quiet, or didn't know their worth. But once you rise, once you heal, once you discover your value, you become a version of yourself they can no longer manipulate. So God separates you from people who can't handle your growth. You're not losing them. You're finding yourself. 5. God removes people who block your blessings. Some relationships block blessings. Some friendships delay breakthroughs. Some connections interfere with your purpose. You can't receive what God has for you when your hands are full of what He never gave you. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying unnecessary weight. You cannot reach the top with everyone you started with. God will remove certain people so your blessings can reach you. The right people lift you. The wrong people limit you. Some people keep you stuck at the same emotional level. Some keep you stuck financially. Some keep you stuck spiritually. When God wants to elevate you, He removes the weights. 6. God removes people who are silently praying against you. Not everyone who smiles with you is standing with you. Some people clap when you fall. Some people hide jealousy behind jokes. Some people secretly celebrate your setbacks. You may not know it, but God does. There are people in your life who pretend to love you, but their spirit does not. When energy is not pure, God disconnects the connection. And the moment that person leaves, your life slowly becomes peaceful. Your mind becomes lighter. Your blessings increase. That is not an accident. That is God removing spiritual contamination. 7. God removes people to teach you a lesson. Sometimes the removal isn't about the person at all. It's about you. Maybe God wanted to teach you self-respect, boundaries, emotional strength, discernment, independence, forgiveness, patience, self-love. And that person was the lesson. Not everyone in your story deserves to stay until the last chapter. Some people are only there to shape you. 8. God heard conversations. You never heard there are moments when people talk about you behind your back. And God watches. There are moments when someone plans to deceive you. And God steps in. There are times when someone smiles at you, but their heart is carrying envy, hatred, or bitterness. So God removes the person gently, quietly, without explanation. Because your heart doesn't deserve betrayal. You don't need to know what was said. You don't need to know what they planned. You don't need to see the danger. God already saw it, and that's enough. 9. You asked for answers, and God removed them. When you ask God, protect my peace, bring me true love, take away negativity. You expect miracles, but sometimes the miracle is a removal. You asked for clarity, so God removed the confusion. You asked for happiness, so God removed the person who kept breaking your spirit. You asked for growth, so God removed the ones holding you back. Your prayer was answered, just not the way you expected. The blessing doesn't always enter your life. Sometimes the blessing exits your life. 10. God removes people to push you toward your purpose. If some people stayed in your life, you would never grow. You would never discover your strength. You would never build confidence. You would never find your true self. You would never step into your calling. Some relationships keep you too comfortable. Comfort zones are dream killers. God shakes you, breaks you, and removes people because He needs you to move forward. He needs you to awaken. He needs you to stop holding on to what you've outgrown. Your purpose is bigger than your attachment. 11. When God removes, He always replaces anything God takes away. He replaces with better. If He removes a friend, He replaces them with loyalty. If He removes a relationship, He replaces it with real love. If He removes a job, He replaces it with purpose. If He removes a connection, He replaces it with protection. God never subtracts without adding. He never removes without restoring. You don't lose people, you lose distractions. You don't lose love, you lose attachment. You don't lose opportunities, you lose obstacles. Better is coming. Trust the replacement. 12. Healing after God removes someone. Healing is not easy, especially when you don't get closure. But remember, you cannot heal if you keep reopening the wound. You cannot grow if you keep chasing what left. You cannot move forward if you keep rewriting old chapters. Your healing begins when you say, I accept that God knows what He is doing. What feels like heartbreak now will one day feel like freedom. 13. The power of letting go. Letting go is not giving up. It's growing up. Holding on to the wrong person drains your energy, blinds your vision, and delays your destiny. Letting go doesn't mean the memories disappear. It doesn't mean the love wasn't real. It means you love yourself enough to trust God's plan. Release with peace. Move forward with faith. When God removes, let go. When God closes the door, stop knocking. When God says enough, stop trying to force it. Your future is too important to stay stuck in your past. One day, you will look back and say, I'm glad they left. I'm glad that chapter ended. I'm glad God removed them. Because your life will finally make sense. Every removal protected you. Every separation